What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It is your boy Trill Phil, and we are back with another live stream. And we will be covering a wide variety of topics. By we, I mean my buddy Glenn and Tony. I'm gonna go over and get them in now. Let me go ahead and lower this volume a little bit for you guys too on the audio side. What's up, everybody? It is your boy. Hold on, I got double things going right now. My bad. I am live, everybody. So tonight we're going to be covering a little bit of some game news. We got some things coming out of Helldivers, Game Pass, Space Marines 2. Some good things for you guys tonight. So make sure you guys hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, all of them love buttons for your boy, because we are getting active. And at the end of everything, I'm going to grace you with some Space Hawk gameplay. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this half as much as I enjoy making it for you. Let me go ahead and get in my guest, and I will see you soon. Okay, I'm deafened. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry if I interrupted you, Glenn. Which one? That actually sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like an eye catcher. Okay, so definitely got some, some references there, but that's actually pretty dope. All right, so guys, I got Tony here and I got Glenn, and we're gonna go over some Helldivers 2 news to start out with. So for everybody that's tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like, the comment, the subscribe, all those love buttons for your boy, and let's get straight into it. So Helldiver 2 releases its second update for October 2024. And this update includes some key takeaways from the update. And that is Arrowhead Game Studios deploys update 1.001 for Helldivers 2. The October 15th patch makes the end of Arrowhead's 60-day plan for Helldivers new updates. And the latest Helldivers 2 update includes another round of massive weapons and stratagem buffs. Now, what I know about last time they did something like this for Season 1, it kind of ruined the game, because then they started to integrate the fact that you had to sign into PS Plus, so then that just, limited how many people on PC can play with each other right away. And then on top of that, a lot of the things that they added to the game, even though it was really popular in the start, what kind of killed it was the fact that they only made a few guns usable and debuffed the rest of them. And then when the Season 1 patch came out, they pretty much did the exact opposite, and everything became unbalanced and walky. I don't know if they fixed it after that, because that's when I kind of stopped playing it. Now, Tony, I know you were a skeptic on this game from day one, so I want to get your take on it first. what do you think is like something that's going on with it, just with the information we have so far? Hmm. Go ahead and say it. No, you're good. Nah, you're not lying. I mean, well, that's the what I took from it. Like in the big picture, that's what I took from it. Now, one thing that I did enjoy about the company when they first came out is that you don't actually have to buy any of their game or their battle passes or anything like that. You can unlock them through in-game currency, and that encourage get more gameplay. So I appreciated that, but their store is lacking on like really innovative armors or something really cool. At least from when I played, and the only things that were worth it your time were things that you usually pay money for. But real quick, Glenn, I wanted to hear your take on the key takeaways before we get into the actual article, and then we could tear it down a little bit more from there. Exactly. That's what I felt about it too. Like the moment I got to probably, I think, level 10, 15, I started being able to unlock some of the meta guns that everybody was using, just because they were the most efficient. And then once I got the fire shotgun or whatever, it was over. I just didn't need to progress from there. I just didn't feel the need to. Every time I went in, we extracted. It was a successful mission after successful mission. It was really, not too much of a gap. Now, if you do go to the Terminator side where you're getting shot back at, that's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I did lose, sometimes I did win, but it felt like pretty much it's just the balancing and the fact that they introduced PS Plus, I think just accelerated the fact that they died. But let's go ahead and see what is going on with the article, because it looks like the temperature in the gaming platform right now, or the gaming world right now, seems that people are excited for this update, because it's some new promised content that was supposed to be there. So Helldivers it started out as an indie game and it was like $40. So it was like a fair asking price for what you're getting. Yeah, I get that. It was more so about like that's what I was thinking too, but it was more so about the gameplay. Actually, for me, the gameplay was the biggest allure to it because it did remind me of Starship Troopers, and the Starship Troopers game that did come out is a little lackluster, for my taste. So when I got into this game, it looks so much cooler than when I actually got into it. When I actually got into it, it was badass. The physics was there. It was actually something that another developer would have slapped a half-ass campaign on and charged $60 for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of good resources that they did because they only focused on that one game mode. Well, I would more closely compare it to like Left 4 Dead with bugs. Just because it's like it's 4 man, you get in, you shoot a bunch of shit, you get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's an extraction shooter and it's right, but it's like for me, it's just lacking in the content department. You know what I'm saying? Where I can agree with you is it is very lacking on the content department, which makes it boring after a while. Yep, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, I could definitely see that. Like, I definitely feel that way too. But let's go ahead and get a little bit into this article. It's a short guy. Um, so the real important parts of it is towards the end, which we'll get into. That's the long puppy. So I'll give it the intros that they put into, and then we'll get straight into the content. So, Arrowhead Game Studios has released a new update for Helldivers 2 on October 15th, marking the end of the studio's 60-day community commitment with another round of a huge weapon buffs, adjustments, and gameplay changes. So, Helldivers 2.1 patch will be available to download and install now on PlayStation 5 and PC via Steam. And although today's update marks the end of Arrowhead's 60-day plan, the studio says it will still committed to make a line of communication between developers and fans open. So I guess they were doing like a 60-day plan of content and decided to just end it, right there. As far as, their open line of communication between fans and the actual developer, because that was one big thing that everybody praised Helldivers 2 about, being an indie studio. They were able to seek out actual fan commentary and then act on it pretty much really very quickly, but just not fast enough in the beginning because of that big old PSN debacle. But okay, so it says that although the third-person shooter has been a smash hit with players, Helldivers 2 has found itself in a center of multiple controversies since its launch in February. The first came when the publisher Sony attempted to force PC players to link their Steam accounts to PSN if they wanted to continue playing. This decision was later walked back, but Helldivers 2 would then go on to be reviewed bombed after releasing its massive escalation of freedom update due to what fans believed were an unnecessary number of weapons and stratagem nerfs. In response to the backlash, Arrow outlined a 60-day plan for Helldivers 2 where it would release new updates and re-examine its approach to the balance changes. The studio's plan has now come to an end with the release of Helldivers 2 latest update, which is now available on PlayStation 5 and PC. The patch notes detail some lengthy changes with another round of massive buffs, as Arrowhead says that .104 update included the remaining weapons and stratagem changes that it wasn't able to finish for the September 17th patch. So I guess some changes that they added, I'm going to read them out and then we're going to give our take on it and move on to the next article. But so some patch notes for October 15th. Additional supply items are now visible on the map, so exosuits support stratagems. Remove ricochets from orbital stratagem projectiles, Eagle 1 bombs, and FAF-14 spear missiles. They can no longer ricochet off of targets. Helldivers 2 armor tweaks, both heavy and light, are now more effective. That was another thing that I fucking didn't like, that most of the armor is just aesthetic only because it was like effectively useless. So it says heavy armor reduces damage taken by 25% and are up from 20, and 5% more damage reduction was added to that. So I guess it's now 30 or 25 now, I guess. I don't know why they put that in there. But and light armor increases damage by 25% down to 33%. So 8 less damage taken. Stratagems and weapons tag description updates. They now show more information and are also categorized. So they have armor penetration 1 or 2 through 5. Plus for anti-tank classes, heavy armor penetrating, medium armor penetrating, and light armor penetrating. Primary weapons, plasma projectile behaviors. We standardized the behavior of plasma projectiles, which previously had varying characteristics in how they travel through the air. Now all the plasma projectiles experience high drag, causing them to slow down faster. However, each plasma weapon still fires projectiles at a different speed and caliber, so the effective ranges will remain distinct for most weapons. This won't be a very noticeable. Okay, so they gave you context of that not really being a patch. They did a bunch of damage multipliers and game benefiting quality of life patches. some more scorchers and some more weapon patches by increasing and decreasing the recoils and the damage that it does. Now, that's pretty much what it looks like. It just fixed all the shit that they, fucked up in the first patch. So they pretty much just set the game back to its launch form and enhanced it a little bit. Yeah, I feel that. Hey, what's going on, Super Batman? I see you there. My bad, Tony. But so, my bad, Tony. I was responding to one of the viewers. But also, like, my point of the view on this whole thing is that, this is all things that came out at launch that made it very popular in the first place. And, Sony trying to get people to force people to make accounts with PSN actually bombed the shit out of this game. Like I said earlier, it just sent it in a death spiral. I felt like it could have had a little bit more of a chance to be like a dad shooter where you could jump in, jump out, and nobody has no issues. But people are so tired of hearing wolf, wolf, wolf from all these big companies about dumb shit that they're so easy to just mark it off as another fail. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a mixture between the developer or not having control of what Sony did and the actual reviewers of the game for overhyping the actual decision of putting PSN on your computer. Because I think that it was really like 5 people that really had an issue with it in a few countries that most people don't play with anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mmm. Just get Game Pass. Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna have to play versus mode together, Tony. I have that installed. But all right, so my overall take on it is that, the game is a good game. It's a solid game. It's a solid $40. It's a shame that it was blown out of proportion with the Sony thing. Other than that, Helldivers is going to be Helldivers. There's not much else that you could put on Helldivers other than they shouldn't have took these enhancements out in the first place. And their first patch should have been so much better. If they have landed that first patch by just giving us a new faction to fight or a new mission to fight for, because all their missions were community based and the community had to work retroactively together to get that mission completed. It's nothing that you could get done by yourself. So it increased people playing with random people instead of playing solo runs. And I think that was a good way of getting people to actually be social because the game was meant to be a social place where you get to blow shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it achieved its goal, but at the same time, by making the game unplayable with all of these buffs and nerfs based on your AI alone of the enemy is kind of redundant, and that's why it failed so quickly. Glenn, I know you ain't got much to say on this one because you haven't played it, but what is your final thoughts on the updates and the developers in the whole taking care of the game? Yeah, I guess you're right. They have to. I mean, they have to more so like give the extraction more of like oomph. Like you have to have some gear out there or something that I can get that's different from everybody else that I could take back to my, my I guess a ship. Yeah, my ship. Yeah, it's been a while since I played this game, so I don't remember where we rally back to. I do believe it's a ship. But other than that, we're going to move on from there. If anybody likes this, make sure that you hit that like, that comment, that subscribe. If you don't like it, make sure that you hit that comment section. I want to know why. Other than that, make sure you hit them love buttons for me. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll see you on the next one. And to everyone live, we're on to the next one. So the next one, just because it was the first one that popped up as soon as I closed that tab, was Activision Blizzard antitrust lawsuit was settled between Microsoft and players. So I don't know what this means, but we're going to get into it. Do you guys have any background knowledge on this? All right, so what's a little background, Glenn? What's going on with this? What's going on with... I love it. I love it. So the key takeaways from Game Rant says Microsoft settles an antitrust lawsuit over its Activision Blizzard buyout, closing the legal battle with a group of gamers. Concerns over monopolistic practices were raised, but Microsoft argued its acquisition would benefit gamers. The lawsuit was initially dismissed for lack of evidence, but the players later refined their challenge. So Microsoft and a group of concerned gamers have just settled a big antitrust lawsuit brought on by a buyout of Activision Blizzard. The acquisition of Activision Blizzard has been one of the biggest gaming stories to unfold over the past few years, as it followed Microsoft to bring major franchises like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and Crash Bandicoot into its Xbox umbrella. This industry-shaking buyout was finalized in October 2023, with Microsoft ultimately paying $75.4 billion for Activision Blizzard and all of its related assets. So they got all the studios, the whole 9 yards. Everybody remembers this. It was the only thing that everybody talked about. I guess a group of gamers got together and wanted to sue them for, being a monopoly and, worrying that Xbox would commodify World of Warcraft in the games that they like to play, such as Diablo and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Activision was already doing it bad, but Microsoft is known for forcing certain protocols down people's throat with their art styles and game styles. So it ultimately winds up being a little bland in the end and have extremely long turnover rates. So Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard drew concern and controversy from a variety of parties, with groups like the UK's Competition and Markets Authority and the US Federal Trade Commission challenging the deal due to worries of antitrust violations. One such lawsuit was filed in California, of course, by a group of players from multiple states that stress how Microsoft and other video game companies that stress how Activision Blizzard buyout could create a monopoly and weaken competition between Microsoft and other video game companies. Microsoft has argued that this wouldn't be the case, citing how previously acquired Bethesda titles like Fallout 76 continue to receive updates on a non-Xbox system following its buyout of ZeniMax in 21. So, yes, sir. So, pretty much right now, what as it states, people were pissed off that Microsoft was getting Call of Duty. This really was fanned by Sony players that got pissed off about the whole thing. And I guess Microsoft went on this lawsuit with these guys, and it drew out so long that they decided to just settle out of court. So it seems as though that, the people that started the lawsuit got some money out the deal, but Microsoft still owns Activision Blizzard. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It just shows that if you complain hard enough, you can get what you want. What do you think, Glenn? What's your final take on that article? It was a short one. I mean, you're right. But what do you think that they wanted, though? Because I don't really understand from this article what they wanted. I, yeah, I guess you're right. Because, what I think what they wanted, like just not knowing anything about it, I think that Sony got into gamers' heads about Call of Duty no longer being a Sony exclusive, meaning that they wouldn't get the map packs and stuff like that. And some people bought PlayStation 5s just because they were going to get that exclusivity with the PS5 and Call of Duty. They would get the map packs an entire year ahead of fucking Xbox players. Sometimes it would take like a year and 4 months for an Xbox player to touch that map pack that came out on PlayStation, and they were losing that right because Xbox bought it out, and now it's back in Xbox's hands when they used to have the exclusivity when Modern Warfare 2 was a thing. And I think that a lot of gamers just didn't fuck with that. They were like, yeah, that ain't right. They're gonna take Call of Duty from PlayStation, but Microsoft already stated that they wouldn't do that. They're saying that Call of Duty should be on all platforms, as well as World of Warcraft. That's why they haven't let World of Warcraft go on Game Pass or nothing like that. You still have to go through their servers and buy it from the developer. You know what I'm saying? It just goes back into Xbox's pocket, but the way people do things sometimes matters. And if they feel like they have to pay Microsoft even though they don't really want to, it feels like they don't really matter in the end. So I can't understand why they complain. I just don't understand how they got money. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. They're like, you know what? We'll make this back in like 2 months of Game Pass. Yeah, they're a tech company, gaming company, software company, engineering company. They do every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see what your point is. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, no matter how you see it, I think that you're right about that. I think it's monopolization because it's not many game studios left. And it's like Tony said the other day, it's very hard to start one. Hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. And they made a loophole because the new Call of Duty is dropping in like a week or something or a couple days. And like 4 or 5 days, the Black Ops 6 is dropping on Game Pass day one. So they're not exclusive in a way because it's also dropping day one on PlayStation. But if you already have the Game Pass membership, you don't have to pay for Call of Duty. So they kind of like ruined the competition in a way. Yeah, for people with PlayStations, they're going to still buy it. But people with Xboxes, you're just going to be like, all right, install. You're right. But I think that Call of Duty makes most of its money on microtransactions now. They're just giving it a reason to be a microtransaction like Fest. Ah, the Tony model. So Microsoft actually found a way to get people to pay a subscription basis for normal games with the benefit of being able to play other games. That's actually really smart. Yeah, if you want the good version. Oh yeah. And it goes all to them. All of it. Yeah, and you still get your downloads every month because everybody that has an Xbox is probably going to have Call of Duty installed on it. Yep, but Ubisoft failed. Yeah, you're right about that. But they especially failed with that because nobody plays Ubisoft games like that no more. They're repetitive in the wrong way, meaning like lack of innovation, repetitive. If you're gonna be a Ubisoft, yeah, yeah, because listen, Ubisoft has not innovated in like 20 years. And the reason why I'm saying that is because every game that they come out with has the same mechanics and the same gameplay loop with a new skin. And it takes them, they're like the last company always to upgrade their graphics. Yeah, that's what I think. Like they don't really put the time and the effort in their games like they used to, and it really shows. But that puts a nice little bow on this guy. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, all them love buttons for you, boy. Make sure you hit me up on the comment section if you didn't know. If you didn't like it, I want to know why and exactly when, so I can work on it. This is a new channel, so make sure you give me your voice in the description or the comment section below. Hit that love button for your boy, and I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I enjoyed making it. Peace. To everybody that's still here, we're going on to the next article. And the next article is the last article, and we're going to get into a couple videos. So this article is the new Game Pass games that's coming to console, PC, and cloud announced. So it's some good ones on here, Glenn. So if you have Game Pass, I think that you're going to be downloading some new stuff to your computer. So first off, Microsoft has confirmed its next wave of games coming to Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. This month, is the month that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is coming out, and its release date is October 25th. It's going to be one of Game Pass's day one titles. So this is the short list, and we're going to go over the list and then, pretty much just let you know what our take on the list is, if this is a good amount of games or if this is just a couple good games and the rest are shit. that type of thing. So based off of what is on the list, we have South Park Fractured But Whole is going to be on there. That game was very repetitive to me. It was very good in the fact that it was another iteration of the South Park game. Glenn, you ever played the South Park game before? Oh, man. So the first South Park game, Stick of Truth, was really popular amongst fans of South Park because it was true to form. It felt like you were playing a really long South Park episode. Some of the favorite, pastimes of that game was when you were battling underneath your dad's balls and your mom's minge getting plowed by your dad because the underwear gnomes shrunk you down and you had to battle them on your mom's bed for your underwear back. So that was one of the best parts because it was uncensored, and at the end of the fight, your dad, busts his loaf and then his nuts plops on top of you. And that's how the mission ends. That's just one memorable moment, but the Fractured But Whole takes that a little bit further by having other aspects to it, such as, the scenes with the strippers and Butters using his superpowers and stuff like that. It's a shit ton of Marvel and DC related franchise, jabbing jokes and shit like that. But yeah, that's a good game. I'm surprised that it's going to be on the Game Pass actually, because South Park Studios kind of just is an independent studio and they do everything independently. So that just means that they're working with Xbox now on their system and making games for them. So good, bad, not too really much to say about that, but as far as I think, it's a good game. The next one, I don't know what this game is, but it says on October 17th, it will be dropping on Game Pass, and it's called Donut Country. I have no idea what Donut Country is. Do you, Glenn? I do not. I have no idea. Huh? I don't know. I think it is either that or Canada, or maybe the UK. But it says Donut Country, so hold on, I could do a quick search real quick. I did not know that. Donut Country, here we go. So Donut Country seems to be an indie game where you farm things and steal things from people. It's an RTS type style indie game where you get ingredients to make donuts, and it's called Donut Country. You're some type of rabbit or mole. Oh, it's called Donut Country because you're a hole in the ground and you're just gaping things in your donut hole. I guess that's fun. For people that like destruction sims. Next game on the list is Mech Warrior 5 Clans. So this is one of those mobile to PC games or mobile to port or to console games. It's basically Mech Warriors. It's as simple as that. I can bring it up for you guys too, so that way you guys can see it. Mech Warriors. See, so Mech Warriors 5 is getting an update. This is a game that's already been on there. Mostly about mechanized combat from the first and third person. It's about overall destruction, having those post-apocalyptic vibes where you have to use these big mechs to fight a kaiju and all different type of things that's involved with the game. It's actually a pretty good game, pretty fun game to turn your brain off to, that type of thing. Would I recommend it? Probably not, because I haven't played it. I'm not really into mechs or tank games like that. It is very rare that I get into them. But Is that something that you'd be interested in, Glenn, or no? Is that a yay or nay, Glenn? He said, doubt it. Yeah, I'm just not into shit like that. I wouldn't know. But the next one is okay. So the next one is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That is definitely a yay. I mean, I played the beta on Game Pass. I like the fact that it's on Game Pass because I don't have to pay for it. Call of Duty has burnt me out of money so many years that I am kind of, quite frankly, done paying for it. So now that they just went free on Game Pass or subscription based on Game Pass, sign me up. I'll give it a try. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I'll delete it. You know what I'm saying? It's less risk into playing Call of Duty now. I don't know. How do you think about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and it's going back to return to form with round-based zombies and more of an original Easter egg system and stuff like that is promised? Is yet to be seen, but at least that's what they're promising. Because Cold War was the fifth one. And Cold War was pretty much the last one that had real round-based zombies. It also introduced the zombies that we have now, too. The DMZ zombies or whatever. But also on that, coming with that is another Modern Warfare 3 update. So Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare 3 will be bundled with Warzone as well in that one download. So get ready for your hard drives having 300 gigs on them if you want all three. Ashen is another one of those, little indie games. It's more of like I'll show you guys. So it's one of those like It Takes Two type of games. It's an indie game where you are doing platforming and a little bit of combat in between. More of a storytelling type of game, something for the kids. Then they have Dead Island 2. That's coming on October 31st on Halloween. That's going to be released. Dead Island 2 is as simple as it goes. It's a horde shooter where you get to have, or sandbox horde shooter, I should say, where you have unlimited options to go in, destroy shit, fuck shit up with these zombies, and that's pretty much the game. It has a very loose campaign to it. Dumb fun. Can't beat that. I know a lot of people was excited for it. Have you tried Dead Island 2 before? Glenn, have you tried Dead Island 2 before? See, the first one I played too. The second one was alright. I didn't really get to finish it because at the time I didn't really have a dedicated system to play on. So I only had like limited time at my friend's house, and when I played, it was just fun. It's nothing that was like to write home about. But the next two games, I'm kind of excited for because I've been wanting to get back into it, and that is StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 Campaign Collective or Collection. Both of these will be released on November the 5th on Game Pass Ultimate Edition on PC, and also, the Game Pass on the Xbox as well. These are two games that I'm excited for personally. Besides Black Ops 6, I have a loose excitement for that just because it's so free. But other than that, that's the game list. I know that, that's something that I'm going to be playing is probably StarCraft and StarCraft 2. What do you think, Glenn? What do you think about StarCraft or StarCraft 2? Why so? Yeah, I feel you. I haven't played much of StarCraft in a long time, and seeing it remastered, I kind of want to get into it, but it gives it like, I mean, the Game Pass is a good product just because it gives you that try before you buy feeling to it. Like if you really like the game and you don't want to pay subscription to play it, and you want to consistently play it, you could just buy it when it's on sale or something. And if you don't want to buy it, you could just keep playing it anyway if you have the subscription. And you need the subscription to play online with their games anyway. So for people with Xbox, it's a no-brainer. With people online, it's a little bit like, okay, I have another subscription to pay for. But for people that do pay for it, I mean, I think it's a good buy because you get to play a lot of games that you wouldn't necessarily played before. That's how I found Darktide. Just scrolling through Game Pass one day and just found a game that I just play all the damn time now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something like that when you're looking for some diversity in what you play and getting tired of the shit that you usually play. That's when I hop on Xbox. But so the next ones are going to be Leaving, which is Frog Detective, Headbangers, Inoculati, Lonely Mountains, Downhill, and Mineko's Night Market, all of which are, little kid games and little girly games where you can just do match threes and simple shit that you would see on Steam usually. That's all that Microsoft seems like they're capable of making right now. They haven't really came out with no new Halos or anything good with Halo in a while. Besides that Unreal Engine 5 update. Also, we have no new news on Gears, the E-Day Wars. We don't have any new news on Mass Effect 4. Nothing that's gonna like really bring light to the company, in my opinion. Has no news on it yet. No Elder Scrolls 6. Nothing that anybody wants is coming out anytime soon from Xbox. So just get used to that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. If you like this video, make sure you guys hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. And to everybody on the live one, let's go ahead and get into these videos. So I'll share them in the Discord if you guys want to watch. This is the first one. Hold on, I'll put it on Discord. So the first one is some Space Marine 2 news. This is coming straight from Games Workshop. This is 40K's Space Marine 2's post-launch overview. So this is showing you exactly what their roadmap is, exactly the hype that they got and what they intend to bring to the game in the next year to come. They're looking at a 5-year plan for their, updates and schedules and stuff like that, and they're going to do it in a series of like segments, I do believe. Also, they have a website on Focus Entertainment where you can give them ideas to put into the game, and if enough people upvote that idea, they will actually put it into the game, which I think is fascinating. So it's a 3-minute long video. This is Warhammer Space Marine 2 post-launch. Okay. Oh, that's the shit I like to hear. So not only is this going to be a whole year of new content roadmap for this year, this is all entirely free content. So no dollars involved. Oh my god. Glenn, Glenn, we're going to need a new set of panties for this update. Oh my, they're adding Titans to this bitch. They're adding Bio Titans to the Tyranid faction for us to fight in the new updates coming up in a year. This is the first season patch that they're going to add, which is three new or a new game or a new operations maps where you will be fighting a Bio Titan from the Tyranids that controls most of the Tyranids in the area. So we're going to actually get that plot hole on why Tyranids just pass out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dope. It's going to be some cool shit. Like if you see this shit, if I hold on, I'm going to take a screenshot of this thing and send it into the chat so you can see it. Hold on. Oh, Space Marines 2. There we go. All right, I'm about to send it into the Discord right now. I'm gonna put it under, or I'll just send it to you. Oh, would it be in the, where would it be? I do believe it's supposed to go in the downloads file. Just show it there and then drop it in. No, that's not it. The fuck? It didn't download. I thought it downloaded. I guess it did download. What the fuck? There it is. Alright, yeah, I just sent it to you, Glenn. This thing is fucking huge. This thing is fucking massive. They're adding that to the game. Ooh. Oh my god. So they just spat in our faces too, Glenn. They was like, you think that Death Angel's difficulty was hard? Well, fuck you, pussy. It's not hard enough. We're going to add lethal difficulty to the operation mode. So if you really want to see if you're fucking good, you're going to play on lethal. I think it's pretty good, well balanced when you have other people in there. I guess lethal game mode or lethal difficulty is going to be like even more challenging for up to 3 players because operations will fill in that third player automatically. So it's going to get a little crazy. Operations are actually a lot tougher than the base game. We're getting a new weapon. Ooh. So they're adding a new, like if you have the season pass, they're adding Dark Angels, and you will be able to get every Space Marine chapter available just preset. That's actually pretty dope. Mm. Oh, that's badass. I can't wait for the fucking horde mode, to be honest with you. That's actually fucking badass. So they're adding a horde mode, you're getting a new weapon, and with this first patch, you're getting a brand new Tyranid to fight with the first patch, and you're getting massive fucking game pass or battle pass updates where you get all of those chapters, including the Dark Angels. That's pretty dope. They're giving you different weapon choices. They're giving you classic Horus Heresy aged armor styles. They're giving you new armor styles. They're giving you Titan armor styles. You're getting the whole 9 yards in this game. This is dope. For Warhammer fans, I definitely give this a plus. So, yeah. Definitely excited for this. If this is something you like, make sure that you hit that comment section below. Let me know that you like it. This was a nice shorty, but sweet. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. And everybody that's left, we're going to deal with this Asmongold shit where the entire internet just turned on him in 1 second, says Nick Mercs. And this is a Nick Mercs video going on what's going on with him. And I'm going to give my take on it because I actually fuck with Asmongold's content. I think he does a good job reviewing things sometimes, and his gameplay is kind of entertaining. So let's hear what's going on. This must be an old video. That's based. I don't see what the fuck is wrong with that. He said that he don't want to be told what to do, but people that identify as their mental illness. Like, I don't get what's wrong with that. But we'll continue. That's based. I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's exactly what I was about to say. It's so weird to me that people that are in the community support Hamas of all people. I think that this is something that they should have just stayed gray zoned on and just disappeared on the situation. In all honesty, like it just brings no sense to the whole thing. Just because some people are oppressed, don't mean that you always have to rally to a cause. You could just stay out of it sometimes. Ukraine fell off. Are two different things. That's so base. I mean, it sounds like to me that not the whole internet is against him. It sounds like only 1% of the internet is against him, and they're just talking about it over and over again. So everybody feels like everybody's against him. It's just stupid as fuck to me. At the end of the day, I feel like it's just having the Helldivers 2 scenario go with itself, where it was so much hate mongering that somebody had to do something about something, and then it still was just too late for recuperation. Unfortunately, for those people that wanted to complain about him, he's just going to go through his couple-day ban as a vacation where he gets to sit and play video games in private, pre-record some content, and then release it when he's unbanned. So I just don't understand what people are blowing this up for. He's just a big name that got banned for saying something based. I don't get it. It's in the chat. So I'm looking at this video that Nick Merch posted about the entire internet turning on Asmongold in one day. And that's because Yeah, because he got banned for saying some based ass shit. I wouldn't mind turning it back if you really wanted to watch it all. But all right, okay. It's also in this chat if you want to just follow along too from then on, or not Twitch chat inside the lounge or whatever. I'm gonna send it to you now, Tony. What do you mean? I'm at 4 minutes and 3 seconds. You can't see it inside the Twitch or inside the Discord? Yeah, I won't mind. I'll just turn it back. No, I think it was kind of neutral and based. I feel the same way. I feel the fucking same fucking way. Like, that's based. That's based as fuck. So, it's still 10 minutes into his video, 15 minutes into Nick's Mercs. We're going to cover mostly his video. So, let's go ahead and do that. It's so based. It's like stupid. It's fucking dumb. Why the fuck would you put the gay flag, the trans flag, and the Palestine flag all in the fucking one description? It says nothing about you but that you can't think. You're stupid as fuck. You have no free will of your own, and you're just an NPS. You're just an NPC. Instantly, you're just NPC. Like people, just NPC, bro. It's literally rainbow flag, black square, Black Lives Matter on the back of their page, fucking rainbow in their fucking description. First off, you gotta know what they like to suck on. You gotta know what they like to fuck on. You gotta know what they like to do when they sitting at home. And you have to accept it. Not only do you have to accept it, you have to worship it. And you have to praise it on the internet in every place that you go. And you have to bring it up in every conversation because gays matter. It's ridiculous. It's like this guy that I just did this YouTube video is coming out soon, but in that video it was this dude sitting there defending the fact that this lady Melissa Boone that runs Xbox, or not Xbox, but Halo Studios, is not just a reskin of 343 and going to promote the same problems. They were mad that her LinkedIn had a rainbow flag in it and said that her opinion is her own and that her duty is to influence as many people in the right direction in history to make art the right way. So it's like, I'm paraphrasing here, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck? What do you expect is going to be in a new Halo game? Some bullshit that everybody's going to fucking blow out of proportion and is going to get hated, and then Halo's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just exactly what's going to happen. And it's like, it's not out of the realm to see the rainbow flag and associate it with everything that you enjoy in your free time is always associated with that flag. Everything that you do in reality is associated with that flag. Everything that you do in your spare time, whether you like it or not, will be associated with that flag. When you scroll your phone, when you open your game, when you get on TV, when you do things on day-to-day basis, you're going to be dealing with something with that flag. So it's like, what the fuck? At the end of the day, a lot of people see that flag as a warning that this content will be trash, because they focus so much about the identity of the person rather than the story around the person. And it's just not what people are interested in. Nobody wants to know what Hitman feels every time he kills somebody. We just want to see him kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things for certain games, certain things for certain movies. If you're making a provocative or thought moving movie, sorry, I was thinking too fast. If you're making a thought provoking movie or something like that, I could see you wanting to delve into the character, almost like the Joker Part 1. You know what I'm saying? That was a good example of when you can make a movie like that, where you explore the feelings of somebody like that and you're exploring the character. But when you're dealing with a movie that's about a guy that's destroying shit or fucking something up just for fucking something up's sake, sometimes they don't have to have a reason but other than wanting to fuck shit up. And that's okay. Not everything has to be so philosophical and be complicated. You could just make something simply good. I miss the Michael Bay days of action. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just explosion, explosion, explosion. It's like everybody's too busy trying to be the next Spielberg. Like, bruh, you make video games. Calm down. Put some titties in the game. Get you a new set of titties, a better attitude, and try it again. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Nobody ain't trying to deal with you telling us that we're fucking bigots and shit for that. But yeah, I'm getting into a rant. I don't want to get banned. Let's go ahead and do this. Based. Yep. Yep. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. He's speaking pure facts. And they would just call it, purging or, just getting rid of the heretics. I can see, no, I can see where he's getting into the part of like ad hominem, and then it gets a little offensive. You don't just say that everybody that's from that area is terrible. Of course, you got terrible people that live there, but there's also good people there. I think what he means on general, what people mostly think about when they think about that region is terrorism, and that's due to reasons that everybody knows, propaganda, shit that goes on in the media, stuff like that. But at the same time, even from their media, it shows that they're doing stuff like that too. So it's irrefutable, really, to have like a base assumption of that when you're not really involved in it and you don't really have any real care of it. You know what I'm saying? Other than this conversation, I don't think that Asmongold puts that much thought into it. You know what I'm saying? Like his chat brought up something about. Yeah, they stopped listening the moment that he said something about Palestine not being right. Thank you. He's not lying. It's deeply rooted in the fact that they make bomb shelters and integrate it in everybody's homes in Israel. Like war is just normal there. You know what I'm saying? It's just so weird to think about. Oh yeah, we might get bombed on Tuesday. Like us getting the hurricane is them getting the bombing. Oh shit, the forecast said that we're gonna get 3 strike missiles that's possibly gonna slip through the Iron Dome this week. And that means let's get our fucking food ready to put into the bomb shelter. Like that shit's wild, bro. I couldn't imagine living like that. Yep. I feel like he's just, and that's up to debate. That's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody's culture as inferior. That's just their culture. And you know what I'm saying? I think that modern medicine. Yeah. See, the whole thing to me is that they're just in context to the conversation. He was talking about not being told what to think or what to do, but by people like that. And he's saying that no, hold on. Let me let. So I think in context of what he was saying before is what led to that take then. He's getting inundated by people telling him what he should think and what he should do. He's getting tired of fucking just saying things that he ain't really familiar with. He don't pay attention to it. He's a gaming channel. I doubt that he dives into it that deep to where he's looking at bottom pictures and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And when people are telling you shit like that on the cuff, you might get pissed off and say some hot shit like that. And I think that's exactly what happened. Where he's just like, I'm done talking about it. I don't give a fuck about none of them. I don't care about any side, and I don't feel bad. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. But I'm just giving you the American. I'm giving you the American outlook of what Islam and Arabs are. We look at them as the same exact thing. We have like most Americans have zero knowledge about what that is about. They have zero knowledge about Islam. They just see him on the corners wearing a garb sometimes. It's just see. I'm gonna take it somewhere where I know something about. It's like the equivalent of how most of the world see black people in America. The niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because all right, so you had to get it out. I feel you. But all right, so where I was bringing it to with black people, right? A lot of people see the people that do the crime in America and doing all of this dumb shit and saying that they have no choice other than to do it, and when it's other choices to do shit, but they just decided not to do it because it took too long and they waited too long to do something about it. So it just turns into a shit show where a lot of people just see a black person and instantly just wants to get away, or don't want to talk or don't want to be involved. And that's where people think that racism is still alive, but at the end of the day it's just humans being human, and they're looking at the outlook and they don't really care about the before. They don't care about the origin story. If they heard your origin story, maybe they care about it, but in the moment of you meeting a complete stranger or meeting a complete culture that you have no idea about other than on TV, and all you see is violent shit and all you see is violent stuff, that's what that culture will think about your culture. They will just equate it with violence. And that's exactly what the Western culture does, because they don't see anything positive and it's not highlighted. They only see negative. That's what they think is negative. Because I feel like he just said something out loud that more than a lot of people feel inside, but they say the opposite outside. Yeah, naturally, yeah. But I feel like he was just being a dick for dick's sake because people was getting on his fucking nerves about it. He didn't want to get into that conversation. If you know Asmongold's chat, if you know his chat, it gets a little wicked in there sometimes. If you ever watch one of his videos, they get a little crazy in there sometimes. They'll start spamming that shit, L Asmon Gold and shit like that. And he'll be like, "What the fuck?" And then he'll get mad and start saying shit. That's how he usually gets banned. Yeah, I know what I know. I know. No, and I get that. That's completely valid and fair. That's fair. That's how I would feel it. That's how I would feel about it. That's how black people usually do feel about it. They feel like it's a little racist. But if you look at it objectively, human nature dictates everything. People don't do things out of racism all the time. They do it out of self life preservation. So when we look at somebody and we get precognitions of them and we don't really like get to know that person, sometimes you gotta be human. If you met somebody once in your life that you just don't like, you have no reason not to like that person. You have no reason not to just be irritated by their presence, but you just don't like them. You're not human if you haven't had that experience with at least one person in your life. You know what I'm saying? It is just off your initial meetup, like your initial impression. And if your initial impression to a culture is that they behead people, they do all this shit, especially with the Iraq War, a lot of us grew up with that. So our initial, like, insight of that culture was, Waco soldiers getting, or, Waco people getting dragged through the fucking street on fire, being hung off of things. They was always there to broadcast the negative, but they never really broadcast any positive. And the only person that really did was Malcolm X, and he got shot for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, with propaganda and lack of information, that take, I think, comes from ignorance and just lack of knowledge, and he just don't care. I feel like out of all the YouTubers, I feel like he just was honest for a second, and even if it was racist. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Really mad.
Oh, I'm a nigga, ain't I? I'm just proving you white. Let's get you right. Ah, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Oh, if he apologized, then it's all good. Like a lot of the thing, I met some, you know, I haven't met Palestinian. I met some few Palestinians, but that was around the 9/11 days, so we don't want to talk about that. But you know what I'm saying? I met Lebanese people. I met Palestinians. I met people from the Middle East. I have some really good friends that's from the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with people from the Middle East, being from Philly. A lot of people are Muslim there, so I grew up with the Muslim faith as well as the Christian faith in my household. So I know exactly what's going on with that whole situation. And, you know, I don't look at people that are from that part of the earth a certain type of way. I think that they have their own culture and their own beliefs, and I think that we should stop getting involved in their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were to just leave them the hell alone, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't care that we had military bases there. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we didn't get involved with their shit, they wouldn't give a fuck. America wanted to be the police and do shit that nobody asked them to do and fucked up a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want to see the same thing happen for the Palestinian people, just for a few bad guys that wanted to do bad things. I think that some things that the Palestinian people should do is start condemning Hamas and start pushing them out. So that way they don't fucking get involved with it no more. Be like, listen, we're done. You can shoot us all down if you want. We're gonna die if we're around you anyway. So what are you gonna do? Get the fuck out of here. I will find their family members, put them in right in front of the shooting line. Fuck it. You gonna kill us? Kill us all then. Because we all feel this way. Get out of here. We want to fucking live. Like, Jesus Christ. That's exactly what the fuck we would do. Like, speaking hypothetical, like, just get rid of the bad egg. Just go. Get. If it's to preserve life, I would rather to get rid of the fucking bad and just keep the good. You know what I'm saying? Because they're hunting a ghost. They're just hunting the ideology right now, and this is just giving them free range to do whatever the fuck they want in that area, and it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a little bit longer to figure it out, like watching it, thinking it's going to take 3 months, and I should know better than thinking that a government's going to actually stick to a time limit. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, and looking at it now, a year later, they've been getting bombed nonstop and their cities in ruins. They're not even getting attacked by Hamas no more. They're doing the attacking. You know, exactly. It's just like, you know, you wish that they could do it a little bit more perfect, but it's just like we live in a world that's imperfect and people are going to do dumb shit at the wrong time. Be around the wrong people at the wrong time. That was like my whole take on it back then. It's like there's nothing you can absolutely fucking do but to do this thing. The only thing that you could do is like, yeah, it's a limit. Like with Israel, they should have used the same technology that Ukraine is using and that the United States military is using with drones and doing street by street sweep with drone. And then you get a relatively close target. You can drop your little fucking remote bomb and blow them up right there. You know what I'm saying? You can drive it right into where they are and blow that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more precise. You blow them up more accurately, and you just have to fucking make sure that they don't hear the drum. You know what I'm saying? Or make it too late to hear the drum. shit like that. That's just what they gonna like. They could have definitely done something like that with drones. They could have definitely done more pinpoint accurate boots on the ground like recon. You know what I'm saying? Going in there undercover, taking a slower response than they did. They could have went undercover for days, pinpointing exactly where to fucking shoot shit up at. You know what I'm saying? Drone technology, the whole 9 yards. Okay. He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. At the end of the day, I feel like he was based on a lot of shit on the context that he was on. I feel like a lot of people got lost on the Israel shit, but he was very on beat on the conversation at hand. He was actually staying on topic to what he wanted to talk about, and he was equating that whole shit to the flags and explaining exactly why people that are in the LGBT and support Hamas at the same time, because I feel like he's equating Palestinians with Hamas, and for the reasons of what he just said. You know what I'm saying? At the end there, that they are the ones that's policing the law there, and on top of that, they are the ones that regularly celebrate violence. They use that day on October the 7th, that whole day to fucking celebrate after. Like, it was a lot of people in America that was celebrating, screaming death to the Jews. It got so bad that every mosque in America had armed guards out front of them. It was weird. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But at the end of the day, I feel like exactly what he said in like the middle part there, we should not be involved in it. If they decide to destroy each other, let them destroy each other. And yeah, that's what we can do. Like, I just don't understand. We could give them more missiles. That's pretty much it. We give them the fucking Iron Dome defense missiles, and that's it. Just keep funding that. Wipe your hands with the situation. And we're not involved. You're not getting no more money. We're sending you the missiles directly. Boom. Overdone. Trump wants to make everything in-house anyway, so if we get him in office, then we can get things going, and he's here. But Glenn's gaming. You don't really get into politics. It's also he probably passed out. Yeah, you should already know from our past discussions. Glenn do not do politics. Yeah, I know it. He's like my brother. That's why I don't even ask Glenn nothing about politics because he's just down the middle, indifferent. Don't really want to get involved in it, and I understand that and respect that. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, my guy. Later. Hi, what's going on? What's going on, Waka Chillins? You have a music video. Unfortunately, I'm streaming on YouTube, so unfortunately, I won't be able to do the reaction to your video. But if you send it to me on one of my socials in the link tree, I'll gladly react to it on a personal video that I do, and then post it on YouTube because that's a lot safer than doing that live stream. Don't nuke me live. But Glenn, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Oh, you about to go too? Yeah, that makes sense. I'd be tired of shit at that time. Shit, that works. Hey man, check that Warhammer TV thing out. It's actually some pretty good shit on there. Alrighty. Well, have a good night, Glenn. I'll talk to you later. Later. For the rest of us, on that note, I'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you for watching this video about Asmongold and Nick Merck's take on it. Make sure you hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, all them love buttons for me across all platforms. And I'll see you on the next one. Now, to people on the live stream, now it's time to have a little fun because I've been getting into my Warhammer phase lately, and I got a game that is like Dark Tide and Space Marine 2, but they had a baby and named it Space Hawk, but that baby is somehow older than him, like it's in the Star Wars universe, and it's awesome. So we're gonna play some of that Space Hawk, and I hope you guys enjoy this half as much as I enjoy making it for you. This may end up on YouTube eventually when I get through it. I've got some editing to do, work to do, not enough time. So, also on the streaming note, I will be taking tomorrow and the next day off because I want to spend time with my kid. She just got back from evacuation, and I got to do my daddy thing. Plus, in that time, I'm going to be making content to put on YouTube. Look out on my channel to see a bunch of shorts pop up, a bunch of new content dropping, some scripted content such as reviews and probably little gimmicks and stuff, little gags and stuff that I put on my short reels. I'm going all in this time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get brain dead and play some Space Hawk. Alright, so I'm gonna load to my last save because I actually did something different. Nope. That's also the wrong load. I guess it didn't save earlier, so we're just gonna do it from the beginning again. It's a little annoying, but not that bad. I got you, Emperor. Yeah, we'll confirm it with that build, and then we'll go in with our Space Marines. We got a pig snout. And another pig snout. Alright, so we're gonna go activate the damn thing. And of course they're crawling all over the fucking place. Everybody's still in good health? Yes, brother. Fuck yeah. This game is dope. It gives you some of that old school action and horror at the same time. Because the Gene Stealer cult is actually pretty smart, and they're fucking kind of horrific if you think about it. They lure you in with the promise of good fortune, and then you get molested by a bunch of 3 or 4 armed men or 3 armed men. Big bitch tried to blow us up with a purple thing. Tore up my shields. Chunks and entrails. Uh oh. Eyes dead. Damn, I still didn't get to a save. Need damage. do that so I can get a save. Kill 666 enemies. Uh-oh. There we go. I got a save in. Mechanicum. Oh, I died. Right before we go in. I took him out with me at least. Did you put? Are you pregnant, dude? But I'm gonna kick your ass if you're pregnant.
I want my milk. I don't want to grab another bowl. Why are you judging me? Why do I want to eat from you?
We both died at the same time on that one. That shit gets intense.